Gamers and gentlefolk, hello and welcome back to the stream. I'm going to be your host for the evening, The Sound, and I'm excited to bring another NGS broadcast. Tonight we're taking a look at Division C East. We'll be seeing Wait Till 10 go up against Xul Gin Distillery. This is going to be a best of 3 series, and I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty exciting one. Wait Till 10 are back for their 5th season of play in NGS. They took a season off last season, but they're back and in full fighting force. Most of their roster has been with them since season 11. And on the other side of the battlefield, Xul Gin Distillery is perhaps one of the longest standing NGS rosters to date. I know that they go back at least to season 6, but that's as far back as I can look on the NGS website, so they may be even more storied than that, and it's been the same folks playing together the whole time, which is pretty exciting. And this is going to be the first face-off between these two teams. They have been in D through C, both of themselves, but never at the same time, so this is their first opportunity to face off against one another. Let's take a look at the division standings to see how we're doing thus far. As we can see, we've got Xul Gin Distillery and Wait Till 10 in the top 10 here. With this season's scoring change, if Wait Till 10 get a domination, they will get right on pace with XGD there. Quick look at the maps. We've got bans and picks. First map, we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines, as picked by XGD. And we are just about into a draft, so let's get over there. Looks like we've got a Kael'thas first ban. So, Infernal Shrines, definitely a map where I consider Hogger the prime hero. But notably, in my scouting of these two teams, I believe neither team plays much, if any, Hogger. So, we are unlikely to see that in the bans here. Tychus second ban. Tychus, an excellent ban from Wait Till 10. Both strong on the map thanks to Odin, and a favorite of Xul Gin Distillery, so not surprised to see it taken out there. First pick, the Prio, it's going to be Brightwing. First pick for Wait Till 10. Not surprising to see it. She is highly valued by both teams. Definitely the highest contested pick in draft for both of our teams here, so I would expect to see her going in that first rotation many a time. All right, Hogger. All right, I wasn't right, as it turns out. My scouting data did me dirty, and perhaps also Wait Till 10. Not expecting that Hogger pick. An excellent pickup for the objective. Malthael and Lunara. Both Malthael and Lunara, not bad responses to the Hogger. They both have decent amount of point and click damage, which is not something that the Gnoll particularly cares to interact with. Wait Till 10 are still missing their tank, so I expect to see another tank ban from XGD here. Perhaps a Diablo ban. There it is. Yep, the Lord of Terror taken out of the mix. A great map for that hero, and Wait Till 10 do favor it, so not surprised to see it happen there. I'd expect another healer ban from Till 10. Deckard, okay. Yeah, I was just gonna postulate perhaps a Stukov. Deckard, not bad for the objective though. His area denial, always strong on the shrines. Next two picks here, they still need their healer and main tank, as well as one more flex pick. So we'll see what they leave to the last choice. Tassadar and Stukov. Alright. Picking up some good AoE shrine clear via Tassadar, and some great sustained healing through Stukov. There's the Varian pick, a favorite of Till 10. I won't be shocked if we see nothing but Varian or Till 10 this evening. And Chromie going to be the last pick. Okay, final choice for Xul Gin Distillery. Likely to be a tank here. Could be a Garrosh. Garrosh into Tassadar Wall. Not a bad combo. Chromie definitely a juicy target for that sort of displacement. There are other tanks available, of course. Leoric, okay. So perhaps a main tank Leo there. Very interesting. Non-standard draft, but one that definitely can work. Hogger, Leo, and Tass all bring a lot of shrine clear, so XGD are going to be very happy to fight on the point. Varian will give Till 10 lots of opportunities to get picks in lane, and without a typical tank, XGD may struggle into that sort of aggressive setup. So we'll see how they fare. Of course, Varian is going to have to get to level 4 before any of that threat is felt by XGD. And Malthael also great into these double frontline comps, so it's going to be a tight one to be certain. Let's get into the game and see how it all shakes out. And introducing our teams, here on the left in blue, we've got Wait Till 10, Ronin on Varian, Iceman playing Lunara, Tantrum on Chromie, Azriela on Brightwing, and Hannibal playing Malthael. To the right in red, we've got Xul Gin Distillery, Fresh on Sylvanas, Led on Stukov, Nutcracker playing Hogger, Ankle Shot on Tassadar, and Cowboy Kyle on Leoric. As we get into our first wave of the game, we can check in on our level 1 talents. Lion's Maw for Varian at level 1, looking to stack that Q quest, giving him additional slows at level 1. Deep Breathing from Chromie, the W quest. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Wait Till 10 splitting up, looking for any sort of Black Arrow's Sylvanas push, but XGD are happy just to get the immediate clear on this mid-wave and get moving. Up in top, we can see Hannibal and Nutcracker starting the endless duel between the two offlaners, hitting minions and each other. An early wave clear advantage for Xul Gin Distillery will keep them ahead on rotations. Of course, Wait Till 10 are still looking to scale to level 4. As mentioned, Varian does need a few levels before he can really be a threatening presence on the battleground. Both siege camps taken here. A fair trade between the two. And Cowboy Kyle scouted by the Sentinel Wisp Lunara's level 1 talent offering a ton of vision. Checking in on mid lane. A polymorph and slow onto Nutcracker. They don't have the Hogwild to get away, but they do have enough HP to squeak by. It bought XGD all the room they needed in bot lane to pick up that neutral Khazra camp. Wait till 10. Looking for that pick. A decent move in the early going. Hannibal caught out. Big slow onto them. First blood going over to Xul Gin Distillery. Well played. Malthael caught by the weighted pustule of Stukov there. And we've unpaused. Okay. A quick pause and unpause. Level 4s are online. Varian could still go smash. It's a possibility. Any moment now, we'll know how they wish to talent. And we can see in the top right side, it's Twin Blades Varian. Okay, not taunt at all. Unexpected. Great, let's see how it works out. Here they come into the bottom lane, trying to catch up to XGD here. A big slow lands on the Cowboy Kyle, and they're able to kite out. First Shrine activating in mid lane in the next 5 seconds here. XGD were able to get their Shaman camp out on the top right side, so they will have a mild macro advantage going for them there. It looks like Xul Gin Distillery also are going to want to split push down here. Ronin charges in, has no self-sustain just yet. Level 7 is when that comes online for Varian. So B-Fresh taking a lot of damage there, but XGD happy to keep sieging away at this fort. Looks like Black Arrows will run out. Iceman and Ronin doing as much as they can to fend off the advance from XGD. Tantrum rotates in on the wrong side of town, trading the Chromie for the Stukov here. The Brightwing phase shift comes in, but not in time to save the Chromie. Checking in on the Shrine, we've got Hannibal going up against the Hogger Spin. Nutcracker set up with that infinite spin. Level 7s on both sides here. Nutcracker did just use their spin, so they're gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Comes right back off cooldown, and they are neck and neck on the objective. Cowboy Kyle missing their Drain Hope there. And Iceman down in mid lane gets the pick off onto Sylvanas. Till 10 have a brief lead here in the objective race. We'll see if the Frozen Punisher is able to get as much done as the push by XGD. So many members low, lead goes down here. And first objective goes over to Till 10. No healer available to XGD for this defense. It's going to be tough for them to deal with it. Oh my god, instant blow up onto the Hogger there. Tantrum and Iceman both right on the spot. To follow up John Cena CC. Very well played by them. Leoric taking a fair bit of damage there, but does have the Wraith Walk to get away. Chromie finishing out that level 1 talent. And Chromie's trait also means that her heroic is online now, opting for the Slowing Sands. Lots of that burst damage that we saw is thanks to this level 7 talent from Iceman. Choking Pollen giving so much burst damage to a hero that many people typically consider to be a slow spread damage dealing menace. Ronin face checks the bush here. Lead falls low and instantly blows up. There's the Slowing Sands. Iceman looking for additional chase, but XGD managed to kite out. So Till 10 able to pick up all 3 of these Khazra camp here. Double camp in mid lane, as well as a double wave and Khazra camp down here in bot. They're going to push here with their heroics now online, trying to soften up this bottom lane for the first objective, or the second objective, which will be spawning here. It's an Arcane Punisher up next. Speaking of level 10s, we've got Warbringer from Varian, Thornwood Vines from Lunara, Slowing Sands from Chromie as already mentioned, Blink Heal, and Last Rites. XGD are able to hold on to the bottom fort just barely. I imagine Tantrum and friends will look to continue poking onto that fort every opportunity they get. Chromie does have a fair bit of long-range siege, so she's the right hero for the job. Heroics now online for XGD as well. Looks like Massive Shove from Stukov, Black Hole for Tassadar, Entomb for Leoric, Shockwave for Hogger. Sylvanas still holding. Checking in on the top right, we've got Nutcracker working on the siege camp once again. And it will be Mind Control for Sylvanas. So a couple of non-standard comps, a Varian frontline, definitely not what I was expecting, or Twin Blades Varian more specifically, not what I was expecting from game one when that Varian pick got selected. And Ronan goes in deep, Led able to get the Massive Shove out, but Hannibal finds the kill with Last Rites. Blink Heal saves the Brightwing, but Bfresh has fallen low. They do not have their heroic available to them, and that's going to be all she wrote for the bottom fort right before this objective in bot lane spawns. Till 10 are looking for the next talent tier. Level 13's almost online for them, and there it is. We can see Chromie has opted for Timeout, the longest stasis, the longest self-stasis in the game. Greater Spell Shield for Iceman. Pixie Boost, additional movement speed available to targets of Brightwing's Pixie Dust. And they've got a fair bit of innate move speed, both Ronin and Iceman, faster than your average bear. Cowboy Kyle gets the Entomb onto Iceman there. Mind Control follow-up and the Silence Puddle, but Iceman's able to make it out alive. Some great healing from the Brightwing. Bfresh, target of the Last Rites. Cowboy Kyle's going to go down on the bot side of the fight, and Nutcracker is the next target. 2 for nothing in the kill feed for Till 10. Starting off strong. If they're able to secure this domination, as mentioned, they'll be rocketed up to just about Xul Jin's rank in the standings. So this is definitely the sort of start that they were looking to get. Kind of take it to this 4th seed team. Still a very healthy Arcane Punisher. Bfresh eats a lot of damage there, is going to go down. Sylvanas definitely not the hero that they were hoping to eat that jump. Led gets another Massive Shove out on Ronin. But the Punisher is now onto the keep. A stun onto 2 here. But it looks like there isn't much more. Nutcracker, the target of Ronin, eats a keep shot, but they will kite out successfully. Level 13's now on both sides. So it's an even talent tier. We may see XGD try and take advantage of this and get aggressive. Mind Control lands onto Tantrum there, followed up by the Entomb. Timeout will protect the Chromie for a while there. Nutcracker now falling low. Bfresh as well. Bfresh unable to get a heal. So that's going to be 2 more kills and level 16s going over to Till 10. They've got 2 Khazra camps and 2 catapults at their back. Ronin is happy to chop away with his Twin Blades of Fury. And it's unlikely that mid-keep will last much longer. We'll see how much aggression Till 10 wants to apply here. Hannibal getting a lot of damage onto Led, and that's the Stukov going down once more. Till 10 have not slowed down, and they are starting to poke onto the core, thinking better of it. Looks like they're going to try and prep this bottom wave, looking for a little bit more pressure on bot keep there. Next objective is in top lane. It is a Mortar Punisher. And neither team is favored as far as wells are concerned. Both top forts still stand, so we aren't going to see anyone with a pre-tap advantage, but, of course, the experience advantage is heavily in Till 10's favor. 13-3 in the kill feed has resulted in the 7,500 hero XP compared to the almost 2,000 for XGD. Minion experience also in Till 10's favor, so they're ahead on all counts. XGD are going to have to play it really safely and look for all of the safe experience they can, showing now in the bot lane. It's given Till 10 the opportunity to get onto this top fort and start building the additional structure advantage on top of their talent tier and level advantage. All right, looks like they're beelining it down to the Hogger that they saw. They know that they still have their level 16 advantage. Ronin taking an aggressive scout, but the rest of Till 10 has not caught up with the King of Stormwind. So, Mortar Punisher in top lane. Looks like Till 10 are going to get there a little bit late to the party, trying to get additional mid pressure here with the Khazra camp. And Ronin is here in time to start up the Mortar Punisher. XGD in mid looking to finish off that level 16 talent tier before they engage in another fight. Falcomer, thank you for the raid. Alright. With the objective more or less a foregone conclusion, XGD are going to take this constellation prize of the fort in bot lane. Mortar Punisher going over to the home team. The keep wall is still up and healthy, so it's not going to be the worst defense for XGD. First jump now onto Cowboy Kyle. They're taking a lot of damage here. One last rites should do it, and that's going to be the first kill for Till 10. Still half health on the Punisher, and Ronin is looking for ankle shot there. Led gets the shove out, but Bfresh has taken another choking pollen from Iceman. Still looks like they are going to make it out with just a fraction of HP. And Ronin is looking for more. There's the stun onto Lead, Polymorph follow-up. The Stukov is going to get out with just a sliver of HP. Black Hole to try and zone off. Bfresh taking damage. Core Shielding taking a lot of punishment as well. Kill onto the Tassadar. There's the trade onto the Malthael. But it looks like... okay, Till 10 are kind of getting out here. Looks like they don't feel comfortable continuing the chase. Ronin turns around looking for the counter kill onto Lead, but gets caught in the Entomb here. Stukov not going for low below at level 1, so not getting too much damage. Nutcracker goes down here, and we do have 3 catapults on Core. So Core is going down once again. Catapult pressure has built up for Till 10. Still 10 seconds until Sylvanas respawns, and we've got Twin Blades Varian connected with the Core. It's unlikely for it to survive any longer, and so goes game 1. GG and well played. A couple of non-standard drafts. Definitely not what I was expecting. When I saw the Varian get locked in, I had assumed we would see the taunt, but Ronin bringing the spice with the Twin Blades frontline there. Very exciting. Let's check in on the post-game stats. We can see Lunara pumping out damage, 61,000 damage. That, once again, is thanks largely to the level 7 Choking Pollen talent, Tassadar Ankle Shot, top of the lobby for Xul Gin Distillery. Any talents that seem out of the ordinary? Nothing too surprising here. I mean, outside of the Twin Blades, of course. I don't want to discount how strange Twin Blades is. But the double bruiser comp seemed to work out. The anti-healing from Mortal Strike at level 13 helped shut down the amount of throughput that Led was able to get on the Stukov. So it worked. It's not what I would have expected, but it certainly worked. Which just goes to show that the meta is far from solved. So remember, every time you think we should do meta madness, remember, you could always just Twin Blades Varian tank if you're, you know, brave or adventurous, perhaps. So there you have it. To all those who joined us during Game 1, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Happy to have y'all here for this Div C East matchup. We saw Wait Till 10 take Game 1. They are the underdog as far as the standings is concerned. But as we saw, there is a lot of fire on the side of Till 10, so it would not be fair to count them out this early. And if they are able to secure the domination here, they are just 1 point behind XGD, which would put them up to 5th place in the standings, I believe. Why don't we check? Yeah, they're at 8 points now. They stand to win. Gosh, I don't remember how the new point system works. Someone knows. Someone knows. Someone in chat. You're all very smart. What else can we say about those drafts? Yeah, the Varian, I knew that Till 10 favored Varian, but I did not know... My scouting just went as far as to see if what their kind of tank picks, their comfort tank picks were. I did not bother to check talents, so it could be that they're playing Twin Blades Varian all the time. The rest of C East would have to fill me in on that one. On the other side of the battleground, XGD favor Anubarak, Brightwing, and Tychus. We saw Till 10 handling that in the draft for Game 1 by banning the Tychus and then first picking the Brightwing. Full on Grits asking, is it still a Dom gets you extra points, or am I old and washed? It is that a domination gets you extra points, but it gets you extra points now. I think it's a point per map, so that would be 2, and a point for winning the series, so that's 3, and a domination point, that's 4, I believe. So I believe a domination now is 4 points. Grits, to answer your question. But once again, someone else knows. All you smart folk. And it looks like we do have our second lobby up. And we are headed to Dragonshire as selected by Wait Till 10. Another great map for Brightwing. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go in that first pick slot again. And Azriela got a lot of solid polymorphs, and the damage follow-up from Iceman and Tantrum were spot on. So that plus the global on a map as spread out as Dragonshire, amplifies the prominence and power of that pick all the more. Anubarak, favored by XGD, is a strong choice for the map. So we'll see if that shows up here. Let's get into this first draft. All right. I'll be interested to see if XGD, yeah, they are going to first ban the Varian. It was a real thorn in their sides. Ronin showing how strong 2 swords are compared to 1. Lots of people like to grab a shield, but all I'm going to say is, in quick match, when you press ready on Varian, he pulls out 2 swords. Now, that might be a subtle hint that the devs always believed that Twin Blades is the correct build. Maybe. Who's to say? I don't know. Could be. Brightwing, Tychus, Kael'thas, the other bans here. First pick going over to XGD, and they're going to grab the Vala first. Alright, a very powerful assassin. Scales very well into the late game. Not a surprise to see her go in the first spot. Anduin and Lunara, the response. Anduin can be a pretty safe pick. Lunara, great for the map thanks to her Sentinel Wisp talent, offering lots of vision in the scary Delta bush. Chromie and Johanna picked up here. Johanna, not the most popular choice for either of these two teams, which is why we haven't seen as much priority on that pick as perhaps other games. No healer for XGD yet. I expect Til10 to ban one here. It's going to be Stukov, led performing very well in the hero last game, so not surprised to see it taken out here. All of the front line of Wait Till 10 are still up in the air, so we'll see which tank or offlaner XGD feel is going to be a bigger thorn in their side. Anubarak, the ban. Not surprising, another popular choice for Wait Till 10. So with neither Varian nor Anubarak available to them, they could still go with the Diablo. They have shown some preference for that. They also still have Orphea available. Orphea and Malthael, the choices there. Orphea has been one of the most popular, if not the most popular, hero pick for Till 10 this season. I'm excited to see how Tantrum pilots the hero. Last two picks here, offlane and healing. Falstad, okay. Offlane Falstad and Deckard for healing. Deckard offers a lot of healing throughput, so not a bad hero to have on a point fight if you're looking to fight for long periods of time, but Falstad is going to potentially suffer some serious gank pressure on the side of Wait Till 10. Of course, if no one rotates to the top lane, Falstad shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with the Malthael with that rage advantage that he enjoys. Alright. Game 2 on Dragonshire. Another non-standard comp from XGD, this time triple ranged rather than double bruiser. Johanna is a sturdy frontline presence, but I worry that Orphea, Lunara, Malthael are going to put a lot of stress on her HP pool, and so without a secondary frontline presence to kind of back her up, Wait Till 10, I am favoring their draft here for Game 2. Let's see if they're able to close it out and get the domination. And we can introduce our teams here on the left. In blue, we've got wait till 10. Ronin on Muradin, Iceman on Lunara, Tantrum playing Orphea, Azriela on Anduin, and Hannibal playing Malthael. To the right in red, it's Xul Gin Distillery, Lead on Deckard, Befresh on Vala, Ankle Shot on Chromie, Cowboy Kyle playing Johanna, and Nutcracker on Falstad. As we get into our first wave of the game, we can check in on our level 1 talents. Fire at Will for Vala, the W quest. Laws of Hope for Johanna, looking to stack globes. She has an activatable heal. And Falstad opting for Gathering Storm, the Q quest. Malthael changing the pickup at level 1 from game 1, going for Fear the Reaper rather than on a Pale Horse this time round. Animal gets onto Nutcracker here. Falstad takes about 50% of their HP, and Tantrum putting a lot of pressure onto Cowboy Kyle here. Early wave clear advantage going over to wait till 10. Xul Gin Distillery unable to step up very comfortably. And we can see how much vision that Sentinel Wisp offers to wait till 10. It's going to require Xul Gin Distillery to take the long way around. Gotta pause once again. We should be getting back into it pretty soon here. All right, here we go. So with the vision provided by the Sentinel Wisp, oh my gosh, Cowboy Kyle taking so much damage once again. Tantrum really pouring damage in there, using their level 1 on point, getting additional bonus damage on the very tip of that skill shot. So wait till 10 start up their siege camp. We've got Xul Gin Distillery, Lead, and Befresh getting on to the top bruiser camp. Nutcracker is found with the Stormbolt. Ronin finds the Air Muradin. But with the heavy focus onto the top lane, XGD aren't going to be able to defend this siege camp, so it looks like the potential for a double siege camp here. Ankle Shot and Cowboy Kyle are in range to respond. Ronin catching the stun there, but they got a little far ahead of their team. They're caught by the root now, and that's going to cause Azriela to commit the leap of faith. We've got shrines available for contests on both sides of the map. In top, Malthael has secured it, with XGD getting the better of bottom shrine thus far. Tantrum eating a lot of damage here. Befresh vaults in. Hungering Arrow does not find the kill. 12 HP on the Orphea. And we've got Falstad in top lane getting on to the point. They have unlocked hammer gains at level 4, so they do have some self-sustain of their own. Ronin is in range to stop any quick cap. And Hannibal, once again in top, gets onto the point. Ronin gets in onto Lead here. A great jump stun, and Deckard will fall. First blood going over to wait till 10. And the rotation advantage seems to be building in their favor. We've got Befresh lingering on the top side of the map, but with both shrines captured by till 10, they had to dip down to the bot side for a little bit. Ronin jumping over the wall onto Cowboy Kyle. The rest of his team a little far away. That jump over means that they're going to have to bail and wait for their second wind trait to heal them up. This is giving XGD their first double channel attempt. But with that bruiser camp on the bot side, a huge 3-person root, nothing's going to come of it, however. And Cowboy Kyle is the target of all this CC once again, getting a lot of damage mitigation with their blinds. And Chromie finishes out the level 1 deep breathing, amping up the damage and slow that Dragon's Breath does. Level 7s on both sides now. We've got Choking Pollen for Iceman again. Orphea opting for the Dread quest. Desperate Prayer from Anduin. Ronin taking a lot of damage and healing reduction. Be Fresh gets rooted, taking a lot of damage. A huge Choking Pollen. The Dread isn't quite in range, however. So all 4 will make it out alive. Tantrum, way far ahead of the team here, is going to fall. Be Fresh getting the first kill for Xul Gin Distillery. And on the top side, Hannibal reclaims the shrine. I don't know how long Till 10 expect to hold this bottom point down numbers. Oh my gosh, excellent. Dragon's Breath will take out Anduin there. 2-1 in the kill count thus far. And a huge experience lead now for Xul Gin Distillery, thanks not only to their hero kill experience, but also their minion experience. Oh my gosh, jumped out from behind the gate only to meet their demise. Ronin goes down for a 3rd kill in favor of XGD. They've got both altars channeled. Tantrum falls, and that's level 10s. Heroics unlocked here for XGD, as well as the Dragon Knight capture. We've got Blessed Shield, Stay a While and Listen, Slowing Sands, as mentioned, Chromie's Heroic unlocking at level 8. And we've got Vala and Falstad both holding their Heroics for now. Level 10's just around the corner for Till 10. We'll see how much siege damage this first objective will secure. Ankle Shot taking a lot of damage from Tantrums once again. And it looks like the DK is pretty happy just to smack Muradin around a bit. Not getting as much siege damage out of it as I would have expected. Level 10s on both sides. It's Thornwood Vines, Crushing Jaws, Light Bomb, Last Rites, and Avatar for Till 10. And Ronin in on the backside here. There's the healing reduction and the stun. Blessed Shield goes out onto Muradin. They do pop the Avatar, but Light Bomb gets him out. Not in time, though. Be Fresh finding the last auto. Nutcracker gets the Gust to save the rest of XGD, as many of their members had fallen very low. Nutcracker will get taken out by Hannibal. Really excellent rotation there. Hannibal recognizing that the Falstad was vulnerable. Here comes Iceman. They get the slow, and Be Fresh will go down. So equalizing the experience there with those kills. Wait Till 10 may look to get aggressive here on the siege camp. Iceman starting it up. Ronin is a little far away, and Slowing Sands is a very difficult circumstance to contest under. Ronin has continued to go in. Nutcracker gets the fly, but Tantrum's falling so low will go down. There's the Blessed Shield. Hannibal in a lot of trouble here. Cowboy Kyle falling low, but the healing and Light Bomb aren't enough. Lead and Ankle Shot chasing onto Iceman here. Iceman getting the Choking Pollen over the wall, but an excellent timeout will save Chromie. Ronin eats the Sapphire as well as the Stay a While. Man, Xul Gin Distillery really on a tear here in this game too. We saw Ankle Shot use timeout her, what we would consider, what we typically think of as the level 13 talent tier. Chromie's trait, of course, giving her the opportunity to unlock all of her talents 2 levels early. Level 13s for the rest of XGD means Super Healing Potions, Thunder Strikes from Nutcracker on Falstad. I guess more of a dueling focus with that talent. Blessed Hammers for Johanna. Level 13's just around the corner for Till 10. And they're going to get the double objective channel. It's a 5-hero commitment in bot lane. Ankle Shot catching a couple with the time trap there. Of course, this heavy commitment to bot lane is giving Nutcracker a fair bit of space up top. There's the stay a while. Deckard able to kite back through the potions. Hannibal falling low here. Hannibal will make it out alive thanks to the light bomb. Bfresh now the target of Iceman and Ronin. But these super healing potions from Lead are keeping the entire team up. Cowboy Kyle does not have their Unstoppable available to them. Level 4 Hold Your Ground might bring it up in time. Ooh, 25 stacks on Fire at Will from Vala means that those Ws are really starting to chunk pretty hard. Checking in on top lane, Hannibal is getting harassed by Nutcracker, has fallen low, and we've got another double objective channel here for XGD. Tantrums and Iceman are in range for the interrupts. Tantrums finishing out their level 7 quest there. A full level lead for XGD. They're able to play it slow here with catapult pressure building in bot lane. Up top, Nutcracker has to spend the gust to get out alive, but they're able to do just that. All other heroics available for both teams. We can see XGD getting their siege camp, while Till 10 work on this top bruiser camp. Ronin caught in a lot of the CC. Lead getting a huge flank with the stay a while. Iceman taking a lot of damage here, but Lead is going to take the last rites. That will secure the kill. Ronin jumps in with a light bomb, pops Avatar. Crushing Jaws catches 2. Cowboy Kyle falling very low here. Hannibal looking for the kill. Excellent time stop. Will... Oh my gosh. Johanna goes down in the end. XGG were able to stall out the objective there, but losing 2 is going to give Wait Till 10 the opportunity to get to top and bot, work on those temples. Level 16's just around the corner for Till 10. It's a big power spike for Vala. XGD getting Manticore is going to put a lot of pressure on Ronin, both in the Dragon Knight and in his typical dwarf form. Dwarf launch for Ronin. And no one from Till 10 pushed the bottom wave up, so they're not going to have the support of their minions here. Hannibal on the Malthael working on that right now, but it's giving Nutcracker in top all the more room to keep working on that fort. Stay a while and listen, catching 3, but Lead eats the Crushing Jaws. Oh, Anduin goes down. Last Rites goes on to a very healthy Johanna, so it will not net the kill. Top fort going down in the meantime. With both damage dealers still alive for XGD, it looks like Till 10 are happy just to kite out after the objective expires there. Losing the Anduin, definitely not what they were hoping for. Only about half of bottom fort secured with their Dragonite. Up to 35 stacks on Fire at Will. That will continue to scale. And it's a 5 hero commitment by XGD onto this bottom bruiser camp. Till 10 have caught up somewhat in experience. Not lagging quite as far behind, still trailing from on hero experience, 6 to 10 in the kill feed in favor of XGD. Passive experience is in their favor as well, thanks to both top and bottom forts going down. So it's a little bit of ring around the rosy between these two teams. I would hope to see Wait Till 10 try and get aggressive on this bottom fort here. trailing to their Storm talents as they are, it would be in their best interest to try and pick a fight here. And so we do have Iceman, Tantrums, and Ronin set up on the bottom side of the fight. Malthael is in range. Hannibal joining up to make this a 5v4. Checking on the top side, Nutcracker does have Fly available, so that global presence could be a difference maker, turning this into a 5v5. Led has unlocked the Heraldric Staff at level 16, so Deckard able to peel for themselves a little bit more now that they've got some additional CC. Wait till 10, unable to find the engagement they were hoping for. They'll back off and look for a gank onto Nutcrackers in top lane. Nutcracker taking so much damage from Tantrum. Hannibal and Iceman in range for the stalls here, but they might get caught. Oh my gosh, Iceman getting out thanks to the Lunara innate movement speed. XGD doing a great job keeping out of vision. They might catch two here. Cowboy Kyle draws the Anduin pull. Anduin not opting for Glyph of Faith at 16, so that is the only charge of Leap of Faith available to them. Led scouting this camp. Looks like XGD are happy to just channel the objective, unlocking their second Dragon Knight, and they're going to commit to mid lane with their Storm talents unlocked. Vala having unlocked Farflight Quiver is a huge power spike. That paired with Manticore is going to put so much pressure onto Ronin and Hannibal. Bfresh can now outrange keeps when at full hatred, so they're able to set up at a very safe distance here. Keep wall going down. Bfresh eating so much damage here. The endless potions from Led will keep them alive. Heroics still available for both sides. Level 20s nearing for till 10. XGD trying to bait till 10 out from under their keep if they can. Nutcracker eating another big choking pollen from Iceman. And in the end, only about a quarter of that bottom fort goes down. All the while, top fort has been pressured by this bruiser camp. And so it may go down to this minion pressure. Last couple of arrows from those archers will secure it. And there are Storm talents on both sides. We've got Engulfing Oblivion for Tantrum, looking for resets on their heroic. Intensifying Toxin paired with Unfair Advantage means that Iceman is doing lots and lots of damage here in the late game. Inner Fire for Anduin, move speed and armor onto the light bomb target. No one can stop death from Malthael, and Rewind for Ronin. A bit of a build-a-boss built here by till 10. They've got spell armor as well as the siege camp at their back. But Xul Gin Distillery have lots of long-range damage to take care of this. Ronin receives the light bomb, but a bit of a miscommunication means that they are not in range. Taking so much damage here, caught by the stay a while. Pops. Oh, there's the Anduin. A great gust from Nutcracker. It's going to push Tantrum up against the wall. 2 kills going over to Xul Gin Distillery. Looks like they're not able to catch anyone else with additional CC, but those 2 kills alone should allow them to put a lot more pressure onto this bottom keep. No healer for till 10 means that they're going to have a lot of trouble doing a safe defense here. Little bit of a miscommunication there between Ronin and Azriela. The light bomb going onto Muradin as they were trying to walk away. If that had gone in Wait Till 10's favor, I expect that would have been a very different fight outcome. And Xul Gin Distillery capitalized on that moment excellently, securing those 2 kills. Looks like they are likely to secure this next objective with Nutcracker stepping up onto the top shrine. For a little added insurance, they're going to send this Bruiser camp down the lane. But that has given Till 10 the opportunity to get onto the bottom shrine. Somewhere Admiral Akbar is declaring it's a trap. Wait Till 10 understand that, but they've run far ahead without finding anyone in vision. 2 quick kills, Hannibal falling low here. Ronin and Iceman both on the top side, taking a lot of punishment. Bfresh will survive. Iceman might get the Hearth out here, but Nutcracker is on the case. Looks like Lunara will make it out alive, but 3 kills in the late game with a level 20 Farflight Vala may spell the end of the game for Till 10. Hannibal does still have their heroic available to them, so if they get cheeky here... Okay, they get the Vala kill. That's big. Iceman on the backside, able to get those choking pollens in. Top keep goes down to the pressure from the minion camp. Hannibal eats the Herodric Staff and dies. They will not be able to come back, having already spent their level 20 no one can stop death. We've got 2 catapults in bottom lane as well as 1 in top. There's the core shielding. Gust a little wide from Nutcracker, but I don't think it's going to end up mattering in the long run. And it will not. Game 2 going over to Xul Gin Distillery. GG and well played. All right, it is a full series we have on our hands, folks. We are going to a Game 3. XGD showing that non-standard drafting absolutely still works. The triple-ranged Vala Chromie Falstad ended up being a little troublesome for Wait Till 10 to handle. We can take a look at the post-game stats here. And we can see, once again, Iceman on Lunara racking up all of the hero damage one could ever want. Really showing a lot of prowess on that hero, using Thornwood Vines and Choking Pollen to great effect. But in the end, the healing throughput of Deckard, both with Super Healing Potions at 13 and Endless Potions, Bottomless Flask rather, at 20, proved to be a little too much for Wait Till 10 to punch through, and a rather unfortunate disrespect of the lack of vision of that triangle bush meant that they walked into a 3-hero wipe at the end there. So, of course this means that there is no longer the potential for Till 10 to take the domination points and rocket themselves forward in the standings. They do still stand to win and gain rank, depending on how this Game 3 goes, but with how dominant Xul Gin Distillery looked in that Game 2, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go either way. Valcomer asking for 3 games. We do indeed have 3 games for you. Happy to report. And based on the battlegrounds we still have available, I'll be interested to see where our teams look to go. I believe Xul Gin Distillery has a fondness for Tomb of the Spider Queen, whereas Wait Till 10 has not been performing as well on the battleground thus far this season. So if Wait Till 10 opt for first pick, I would expect to see us going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. But with that said, BOE, Alterac Kurst, and Volskaya all still available. Given the Johanna and Chromie, or perhaps really just the Chromie, they have been... Actually, no, Chromie was on the other side for Game 1? Someone remind me. Chromie has been showing a lot more priority in this series than I would have expected. Definitely a strong hero, but not one that I frequently see in my own games. So perhaps that's more of a XGD till 10 meta selection. Okie doke. And we do have our third lobby. We are headed to Battlefield of Eternity as selected by XGD. Give them a quick caster R. Let them know. I'll be interested to see if XGD don't ban out Iceman's Lunara. They have been pumping out damage in both Game 1 and 2. Lunara also brings a lot of utility to Battlefield of Eternity through her Sentinel Wisp talent at level 1. All of that vision in the objective area can be very helpful, as well as her level 4 Nature's Culling, which can apply a lot of race to any sort of immortal burn scenario. Of course, we may see Iceman opt for the Q talent level 4, which is a name that escapes me at present, which increases the size and range of the Noxious Blossom. And that's, of course, all assuming that Iceman is allowed to pick Lunara again. If I'm on the side of XGD, I'm heavily considering banning that hero this time around, as well as the Varian. On the side of Till 10, it's going to be tough to predict how XGD will draft, given how non-standard both of their comps were for games 1 and 2. As far as bans are concerned, they may keep the tried and true, but we'll have to see how it turns out. BOE does bring some slightly less common heroes out of the woodwork. One of the few maps where Xul Gin sees a fair bit of play. Li Ming also tends to be a favorite here, thanks to the safe damage that she can apply to the Immortal, given her long range. First ban here for Till 10, it's going to be the KT. Perhaps a favorite of Xul Gin Distillery. We've seen that KT ban before. They're going to respond with a Vala ban. Interesting. So Lunara's still on the table. XGD may go for the Varian ban once again. We'll see where Till 10 want to direct this draft here. There's Li Ming ban. Alright. Li Ming, a tech pick for the map, as mentioned. And one that's been in the game for as long as anyone can remember now, so lots of people proficient on the hero. There's that Varian ban once again, and first pick for Till 10. We'll see what they prioritize here for game number 3. what they feel will seal the deal for them. Going to be Johanna first pick. Very interesting. Not a hero that either team has had a whole deal of emphasis on draft-wise in the earlier parts of their season, so interesting to see both teams pick her up in games 2 and 3 respectively. Perhaps XGD are looking to pick away the Lunara here, if anyone plays it. Hanzo and Raynor. Okay. Hanzo offering a lot of safe ranged poke, and Raynor, I believe, the single fastest immortal burning hero in the game, assuming you pick Exterminator at level 1 and are unfettered to auto-attack the immortal, which isn't necessarily a fair set of assumptions to make, but definitely emphasizing the immortal HP burn. Alright, we've got Blaze and Deckard. Blaze, very sturdy offlaner. Not surprising to see that choice made here. And they didn't pick the Lunara before third ban, so XGD could ban the Luna here. But Artanis is the ban. Okay. Artanis does see more play on BOE than on many other maps, thanks to their amateur opponent level 1 talent. But with Blaze and Joe already locked in, I'm surprised to see an additional Bruiser ban coming out from XGD. Of course, till 10 have healer, tank, and offlane to choose from in the ban scenario. Looks like that being spoiled for choice left them with analysis paralysis, and they were unable to make the decision in time. Bit of an unfortunate flub there. So next two bans next two picks, they're looking for tank, offlane, and heals. For XGD, it's going to be Rhaegar ETC. Now, I do find myself asking, with Hanzo and Raynor as your DPS, is this a Bloodlust game? Redemption Hanzo with Bloodlust, Raynor with Bloodlust. That's a lot of auto attack damage and therefore healing throughput. Of course, hard to beat ancestral healing. Cass and Greymane. Okay. Greymane offering a lot of HP burn for the Immortal, and Tass able to offer a little bit of utility thanks to Force Wall, given how many chokes there are on the battleground. Final pick here for XGD. It's a real anyone's guess what type of hero will be picked in this slot. Nutcracker has played both Ranged Assassin and Bruiser in the offlane. Looks like they're going to go for the Falstad again. Okay. They are happy to keep going on the offlane Falstad train. And to be fair, they got a few really good gusts there in game 2. And Wind Tunnel at level 20 is really strong on a map with as much terrain as Battlefield of Eternity. Of course, I think the consistent lockdown of Deckard, Blaze, Johanna could make it a lot easier for Till 10 to get onto these ranged assassins, and ETC is not the beefiest of health pools, so it's going to be a tricky one for XGD to survive. We'll see how it goes as we get into our final game of this series. And introducing our teams here on the left in blue, we've got Wait Till 10. Ronin on Johanna, Iceman playing Greymane, Tantrum on Deckard, J-Mac on Blaze, and Hannibal playing Tassadar. And to the right in red, trying to keep their position in the standings safe, it's XGD, led on Rhaegar, Ankle Shot playing Hanzo, Nutcracker on Falstad, Cowboy Kyle on ETC, and Bfresh playing Raynor. Looks like we've got both teams kind of posturing here in the middle of the map. There's the slide from Cowboy Kyle. Hannibal face checks the bush and will be the first to fall. First blood going over to Xul Gin Distillery there. The Tassadar a little far ahead of their front line. And it's simple geometry for Ankle Shot at level 1. We aren't going to see Redemption, which makes me think that Bloodlust is all the less likely. We've also got Gathering Storm from Nutcracker once again, and Cowboy Kyle looking to stack globes with Prog Rock at level 1. Iceman spotted by Lead and Bfresh. Not entirely sure, but it looked like XGD were trying to set up for that. Oh, Lead caught behind a wall and in the root. There's the kill. First kill for Wait Till 10 onto Rhaegar there. That should give them the opportunity to get onto either this bot siege camp or perhaps we can see Greymane heading up to top lane. So Iceman looking to get onto this top siege camp instead. JMac and Nutcracker trading as best they can. Of course, JMac does have sustain, and Nutcracker won't unlock any until level 4. Able to fend them off of globes pretty effectively there. So first camp of the game goes over to Wait Till 10. Neck and neck in experience, a slight lead for Wait Till 10. Thanks to that Merc cap pickup. And Iceman sticking in the top lane here. Level 4 is now unlocked for Wait Till 10. Bfresh is responding. Misses with the penetrating round, however, so JMac will make it out alive. That's a lot of damage onto the front wall in top fort. Level 4s on both sides here. We've got Subdue from Ronin, a big power spike for Johanna, able to really lock heroes down if she lands or punished onto 2. And Serrated Arrowheads for Ankle Shot means that the Hanzo Immortal burn is online. Johanna trying to get this minion wave moving in the right direction, but with the objective spawning, they're going to have to respond. They do have lots of blinds available thanks to their level 1. Lead falling low here once again. Cowboy Kyle, the target, eats a stun from the Immortal after JMac's jet propulsion, but there isn't going to be enough damage to take out the ETC. With how much objective burn XGD has, Wait Till 10 kind of want to secure a kill before they back away from defending their own Immortal. Halftime easily secured by XGD, especially with JMac responding to the camp in top lane. Hannibal walls off Bfresh, caught in the root here. It's going to be Hanzo to go down first. Ankle Shot on the bot side, found by Iceman, Ronin, and JMac. Of course, XGD still have a massive lead on Immortal HP. Greymane and Tassadar are working on it now. Bfresh is back in range. That is a majority of the Immortal burn. And despite securing the kills, Wait Till 10 still end up falling behind on the Immortal race. So first objective going over in favor of XGD. During the objective, we saw the Shaman and Khazra camp take out bot fort wall for XGD on the top side. Not quite as much siege found for XGD onto Till 10's wall. Poor hero commitment on both sides. We've got offlaners continuing to soak. Level 7s on both sides now. Anything out of the ordinary here? Arc discharge, okay. Slow landing onto 3 here. But in the end, everybody makes it out alive and healthy. Cowboy Kyle caught on the wrong side of the force wall here. There's the root onto 2. And Till 10 looking to get aggressive with their minion wave. Trying to advance here. Checking back in on top lane, we can see JMac continuing to pressure the wall of Nutcracker. Led fighting it aggressively, but there's no serious lockdown available to wait till 10. JMac gets the jet propulsion, but Iceman was unable to secure the kill. Of course, with Greymane showing, that means that XGD know that they outnumber wait till 10 here in the bot side. Ankle Shot, however, does not offer the most siege damage. Able to get the agility over the wall. I thought that the Condemned from Ronin might have interrupted it, but in the end, they're able to jump to safety, make it out without too much trouble. There's the slide onto Ronin, but they're able to kite out thanks to Tantrum's excellent scroll of sealing. Iceman taking fort aggro here. About half of top fort down now. Nutcracker unable to do too much to dissuade this dual lane from pressing their advantage. And once again, we've got XGD in position to burn the Immortal as soon as possible. Level 10s are available for wait till 10. They have waited. It is now 10. We've got Blessed Shield. We could see it rip right here. Goes a little wide, but still the Rhaegar does go down. That was also the Black Hole from Tassadar. Bunker Drop from Blaze. Go for the throat from Greymane. Cowboy Kyle caught with another jet propulsion. XGD looking for their heroics still. We've got Hannibal and Iceman onto this objective, and that's going to secure the halftime show in their favor. Heroics available on both sides. It's Ancestral Healing, Dragon's Arrow, Gust, Mosh Pit, and Exterminator. Cowboy Kyle pops the Mosh, lands it onto 3. There's the Gust to follow it up. Tantrum really far out now, thanks to all that CC and displacement. Unable to cast the Stay a While. So, Heroics was all XGD needed to get back in the game there. A massive mosh pit from Cowboy Kyle secures 2 kills in favor of XGD. Ronin has their heroic once again. They commit it onto Nutcrackers, who receives the Ancestral Healing. All the while, on the top side, Bfresh is working away at this Immortal HP, and it is going to go in favor of XGD. There is the level 1 Prog Rock complete for Cowboy Kyle on the cow. Just noticed that. That's a fun one. Of course, with no... what's this heroic called? No Hyperion for the push, as it was committed during the fight. Hyperion offering lots of structure damage when cast over buildings, but also offering a fair bit of teamfight damage as well. No reason not to use it once your ETC lands a 3-hero Mosh. Ronin is doing a lot to dissuade XGD from getting too frisky when they step up, getting a lot of really good condemns. There's the Blessed Shield out onto lead. They'll go down. Cowboy Kyle interrupts Tantrum's Stay a While once again, but Iceman still able to clean up 2 with Go for the Throat, getting the reset onto the Hanzo. Cowboy Kyle able to slide out there. Hannibal is the target of this fort aggro. Tantrum's finally getting their heroic off, with the main focus onto the fort. Iceman just outside the range of Cowboy Kyle's slide there. And top fort will stand. XGD have all respawned. They are a talent down, but I think they have to expect that Till 10 have backed off a little bit with how low their HP pools were. It's a big healing power spike for Deckard, unlocking the super healing potions, and a big damage boost to JMac here. There's the Blessed Shield onto Nutcracker. Has to commit the Gust. So a fair trade in heroics there. Hannibal looking for that last Shock Ray? No idea what that Q is called. Trading the siege camps here, top and bot. Next Immortals will spawn in defensive positions, I believe. No, those are aggressive positions, because you always see it in the vision of blue team. Alright. We've got Till 10 defending this keep. There's a Shaman camp as well as the Khazra and a Catapult. But with JMac in range, it's not going to be too much trouble. Ronin and Hannibal won't get scouted out. An excellent timing on this Shaman camp. But XGD's fast-burning comp is already here on the objective. Look how quickly they just eat through all this Immortal HP. Ronin getting a couple of blinds in there, but in the end, it's still a very convincing halftime win. There's a huge jet propulsion, lands onto 2, followed up by 3-man Mosh. Greymane goes down. Cowboy Kyle is falling low, as is Ronin. Hannibal falling low themselves. JMac gets the stun onto Nutcracker here. So it's 2 for 1 in favor of Wait Till 10. But Hannibal has about 2 HP, give or take. And it's giving Ankle Shot and Bfresh, 2 of the fastest racing members of XGD, to pepper damage onto this Immortal once again. They are not concerned about that bottom lane. We saw the fort go down thanks to the well-timed Shaman camp from Wait Till 10, and now Bfresh has to kite away from JMac and Ronin. And another excellent jet propulsion from JMac will secure the kill. All the while, we've got Hannibal and Iceman working on the objective in top here, with XGD showing 3 in bottom to deal with the rest of this camp. I'm going to assume that Wait Till 10 aren't going to get another chance to step up to this Immortal. Nutcracker barrel rolls in here. There's the Gust as well as the Purge, and Cesperal goes out onto Ankle Shot. There's the... Oh my gosh. Blessed Shield. Kill onto Falstad. Heroics flying all over the place. Lead will fall. Cowboy Kyle is next. 3 more kills in favor of Wait Till 10. Iceman able to continue chasing with the move speed from their level 13. But in the end, Ankle Shot does get over the gate in time. A bit of a split push approach here from Wait Till 10 now with their level 16s online. They've got Greymane and a Catapult in bot lane and an Objective and Tassadar in top lane. But with no healing behind Ronin and Iceman, they're going to have to back up here. Checking back in on the top side of the battleground, we've got Tantrum and Hannibal supporting the Immortal. It's now in melee range. It's not going to get through much of this keep before it goes down, especially with Bfresh and Ankle Shot in range. But with Blessed Shield just coming back off cooldown, we'll see if they look for an engagement onto XGD. Iceman has not been scouted in the bush, but it looks like Ronin is not looking for the engagement. So about half of top keep going over to Wait Till 10. A very successful push. They were also able to get a fair bit of damage onto bot keep wall. Excuse me. So there is advantaged catapult pressure in favor of Wait Till 10 in bottom lane, but top lane is neutral. We've got Nutcracker showing on bot lane, so this is 5v4 until Falstad arrives. Led getting a huge slow with the Earth Grasp Totem. A huge arrow from Ankle Shot will peel Ronin on the wrong side of the engagement now, and there's the fly-in from Nutcracker. J-Mac looks for the stun on to Be Fresh, followed up by the root from Tantrum, interrupted from their heroic once again, and taken out. A great penetrating round. There's the gust from Nutcracker. Iceman caught on the wrong side of the fight. Top side, Cowboy Kyle is able to take out the hero, and Nutcracker's also dead, and Ronin is running in the wrong direction. Ankle Shot gets over the wall for the mount, thanks to their Ninja Assassin. Mounted Archery, rather, at level 13. And now Iceman and J-Mac are desperately trying to get through this camp before XGD invade. Of course, they don't have any of their front line here with them. Cowboy Kyle still working on that top lane pressure. Neck and neck in experience, a little bit in favor of Wait Till 10, but not by a heck of a lot. They are heavily favored in hero experience, but they haven't been making as much in the way of minions. Alright, 2 camps in the bottom lane now pushing up against XGD. So there's not going to be any minion support for this Immortal, but I don't think they're too concerned about that with Hyperion coming off cooldown. Raynor offering a fair bit of siege damage in his own right. And the Immortal has a second health bar worth of shielding, so the big issue is that XGD are not here in range to support their Immortal in a timely fashion. Ankle Shot lingering out of vision here, perhaps looking for another big Dragon's Arrow. Almost all of the shielding HP has been taken out before the fort goes down. Led getting aggressive here. There's a huge gust from Nutcracker. It's the Rhaegar to go down first, followed by Deckard. There's a kill onto Raynor. Ronin very low, doesn't have the Iron Skin. Will go down. So it's 2 for 2. Still a pretty healthy Immortal, and Iceman is very low, so cannot go Worgen form to get the full might of Greymane's single target damage. It's going to mean that the Immortal gets about half of this bottom keep, and parity is found for both teams, structure-wise and for their Storm talents. Speaking of, it's Bullseye for Hanzo, being able to stun heroes with the Sonic Arrow now. Farseer's Blessing for Rhaegar. Led now able to get a second splashing Ancestral Healing. Wind Tunnel for Nutcracker. Cowboy Kyle opting for Tour Bus. Very cool. And I can respect Raynor holding their level 20. Perhaps we'll see an Execute Orders. On the other side of the battleground, we've got Wait Till 10 with Ronin going for Radiating Faith. Hunter's Blunderbuss for Iceman. Respect the Elderly for Tantrum. Yeah, it's Burn Notice. And Force Barrier. Alright, double camp in top. Raynor still has yet to select their Storm talent. So we're going to have to keep track of that. Level 16, they went for Bounty Hunter. Surprising. And it is Execute Orders at level 16. So XGD may be going for a Hail Mary last-ditch push onto the keep and try and get onto core as well. They are going to back up, it looks like, in advance of the next objective. They're pretty safe to do this thanks to Nutcracker's Wind Tunnel, a sort of get out of jail free card for the side of XGD. And they know that J-Mac is in top lane, so they're happy to set up on this Immortal once again. Five hero commitment on both sides. This is where playing footsie is going to be of the utmost importance for XGD, since they've only got the one. Ronin scouted here, but no damage in range to support that. flanked position. I would love to see Wait Till 10 step up a little more aggressively here. XGD's poke onto this objective is second to none, really. A huge Dragon's Arrow onto Ronin, unable to pop the unstoppable. Cowboy Kyle uses the Mosh, gets caught in the Respect the Elderly. So they are all silenced, but JMac is low and out of the bunker, will die. 3v5 on the map is a tough defense position for Wait Till 10. We see Iceman looking for ankle shot there, but now they are well far from tantrums. No healing available to them, and XGD will take those 2 kills as an opportunity to finish off the Immortal. I would expect to see them push in the bot lane with Raynor as the Immortal goes top lane. They're going to do just that. Still 40 seconds before any of the DPS from Wait Till 10 are going to respawn, and there are 3 catapults behind this push for Xul Gin Distillery. That's the core shielding gone already, and it's not going to last much longer, especially not with the gust going out for XGD. That's going to do it for Game 3, going the way of the away team. GG, well played. So in the end, it is Xul Gin Distillery, the higher ranked team, that takes it. After that dominant win in Game 1, and tight race in Game 2, I was not positive it was going to go in XGD's favor, but the late game team fight with Ronin unable to use their Iron Skin made all the difference in the end. Checking in on stats and builds, we can see Tassadar and Raynor both top of damage, neck and neck really. Ronin getting a little bit more damage than Iceman there in the end because Johanna's fair and balanced. And once again, the triple ranged comp from XGD is the special sauce they needed for the win. Checking in on our talents here, nothing terribly out of the ordinary. Bounty Hunter at 16 from Raynor, not one that I'm used to seeing. And Viril, I see you asking about Burn Notice in chat. Burn Notice is really bad. Burn Notice is really bad. There's like, someone has taken the time to do the math on it. And based on how the server ticks work, the way that the slow and dot ramp up isn't consistent, and Fortified Bunker doubles the effective armor, therefore doubling your effective hero pool, or healing, or health pool, and everyone in the bunker can throw an oil spill, which is a talented oil spill. So if you opt for nanomachine coating at 7, every single oil spill, that's 5 from each hero and 2 more from Blaze, is slowing the attack speed of the entire enemy team. So I think it's Fortified Bunker every time, no matter what. Thank you all for listening to my Blaze Talent TED Talk. So that's going to do it for our series. Let's get over to this post-series screen and see if I can't find some friends for an interview. A real nail-biter of a series. I was not expecting it to go quite as close as it did, but in the end, XGD was able to squeak it out there. And we should be joined in the voice lobby here shortly. Hello, hello. Let me just get over to the interview scene so that everyone can hear you. And we are joined by Ankle Shot from XGD. Congrats on the win.
Yes, thank you.
And very exciting series, triple ranged in games 2 and 3 seem to be the special sauce. Is that something that just felt right in the moment, or is this a practiced composition for y'all?
Yeah, I think it was more of a reaction to what we felt in game 1. It felt like we had a really hard time just staying safe and doing damage, so we thought we'd try something a little bit different and just go with a little bit more damage.
Sure, and especially for game 3, the emphasis on the immortal damage was clear. Getting both Raynor and Hanzo in the first go, that was pretty impressive. How quickly you guys chewed through the immortal shielding.
For sure.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Game 1, I'm curious, when you saw the Varian pick up, did you guys expect it to be Twin Blades? That caught me off guard.
Yeah, it also caught us off guard, especially considering they had the Chromie with the W build. And we thought, okay, this is a taunt. We have to survive the taunt, and hopefully we live. But looking back, we didn't have that many tools for dealing with the Twin Blades, so it was a good call on their part.
Yeah, it was a creative use. The Leoric main tank, unfortunately, not as good into the Twin Blades variant as it would have been into the Taunt variant, I don't think.
Exactly.
Just all of the healing throughput thanks to Second Wind. But then the Dragonshire game, you got Nutcracker onto the Falstad, and that is a comfort pick, it looks like. Able to get some pretty big gusts there, especially in the late game.
I think it's definitely something that we always like, especially for a map like Dragonshire. Like the extra globals definitely helpful, and again, we were hoping to get a little bit more easy damage, which I think we were able to get that a little bit better with our draft, especially with better range going into Chromie and such.
Absolutely, yeah. And I was impressed both in Game 2 and Game 3 with the tight synergy that you all had with lining up your heroics. Would you attribute that to how long you've been together as a roster? And also, how long have you been together as a roster?
Oh man, I honestly don't know how many seasons we've played together. It probably like 8 seasons. So yeah, a lot of that does come down to we've played together as a group for a long time. So we have a pretty good sense for when something's about to happen, and when we're playing well, it looks really nice lining up all the ultimates.
Oh yeah, I mean, Nutcracker got a gust into Cowboy Kyle's mosh pit once, and that just blew me away. I was like, oh man, these guys are on another level. All right, I don't have any other questions, so before I let you go get back to your team and celebrate, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give? I
mean, of course, we always want to shout out Cowboy Kyle, who was able to be our 6th man and fill in for our Captain DeWitt, who's on vacation right now. And thanks for casting us. It's always nice getting a cast down here in C Division,
Oh, happy to.
And yeah, just thanks to all of our fans, wherever they may be, for kind of sticking with us,
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ankle Shot. Have a great evening.
All right, thank you. You too.
Alrighty, so there you have it, folks. A 3-game series, one for the books, a few non-standard drafts, 2 triple ranged, a game of a double bruiser on Infernal. Absolutely wild. But you heard it from Ankle Shot. They've been playing together for long enough where they can branch out into these less standard compositions and still feel comfortable. And they looked great doing it. So not surprising to see them pull it off given their position in the standings. That's going to do it from me here for the evening. Before I sign off, I would love to give a shout out of my own. First and foremost to all you for tuning in. Thank you for showing support for these teams. I'm sure they're going to love going back through the VOD and seeing you cheer them on. It's great to have NGS as a community continue to support each other. Also, need to give a big shout out to all of the artists, programmers, and musicians whose work I feature here on the stream. It wouldn't look or sound anywhere near as good without their contributions, and I've got links to all of their socials and websites and whatnot below the video. There are links to all that, as well as a credit roll coming up here as soon as I sign off. So be sure to check them out. They're excellent folks. Until next time, I've been The Sound, and you've all been swell. Good luck, have fun, peace, and love.